Hi everybody, my name is Ellie. I'll be teaching a grounding yoga practice today. We'll be starting in a seated meditation, so if you have if you like to sit on a chair, that's an option as well. Otherwise, a few pillows, you can fold up a blanket or some towels, whatever feels comfortable for you, or if you have a block, yoga blocks, that can also work. So like I said, we'll be starting in seated meditation, so you can gather anything that you like to have with you when you're sitting on the floor. So let's go ahead and get started. So as you settle into your comfortable seat, let's immediately close your eyes. Rest your palms in your lap. Find your palms facing down somewhere in your lap, maybe resting on your knees or your thighs. And let's take your mind's eye to your spine. Start scanning your spine in a 360 degrees way. Bring your mind's eye to your tailbone. Imagine your tailbone rooting even further down towards the ground. Perhaps you'd like to imagine yourself growing roots into the floor, centering you and grounding you in this space. As your tailbone is rooting down towards the floor, send the rest of your spine up towards the ceiling, towards the sky, all the way out through the crown of your head. Continue to lengthen your spine here. Gently engage your abdominal muscles, so your lower belly muscles, your navel towards your spine, very gently. Also think of lifting up in your pelvic floor, so there's soft tissue on the bottom side of your pelvis. Think of engaging this and lifting up as your tailbone roots down and your spine grows longer. Keep your mind's eye on your spine. Keep growing and lengthening your spine. Find space between your vertebrae. Maybe you find that you need to slightly tuck or nod your chin just slightly down, maybe just a centimeter or so. Lengthen the back of your neck. Now bring your awareness to your breath. At first, don't change anything, simply just notice what is the rhythm of your breathing. Is your breath even? Is it shallow? Is it deep? Just check in with where you are right now. No judgment, simply just notice. Gently begin to deepen your breath. Gradually even out your inhales and your exhales. Keep breathing here with this even inhales and even exhales. If your mind begins to wander, bring it back to your spine, bring it back to your lower belly, your pelvic floor, and your breath. Allow your shoulders to melt away from your ears. Scan your body for tension. Maybe there's tension in your jaw, your throat, your chest, your neck. When you identify places of tension, allow yourself to let go. Let go by connecting to your breath, connecting to your rooted tailbone and your long spine. Let's take a few breaths together. So exhale all of the air from your lungs. Take a deep inhale through your nose. Hold it at the top. Open mouth, exhale, let it go. Again, just like that, inhale through your nose, hold it at the top. Open mouth, exhale, let it go. We'll take one more breath like this. Inhale through your nose. Open mouth, exhale, let it go. And seal your lips. Softly engage your breath in and out your nose. Deep inhale in. Deep exhale out your nose. Continue breathing, lengthening your spine. And as your attention and your awareness is on your body and your breath, notice how everything else can melt away. Now gently open your eyes. So we'll be making our way to tabletop pose. So if you're sitting on a chair, you can set that aside for now. And pillows also. Set them aside. We will take seated meditation towards the end, so keep it a little bit close. We'll meet in tabletop pose. Palms directly underneath your shoulders and your knees directly underneath your hips. Engage your belly button towards your spine here to support your lower back. We'll take a few rounds of cat and cow. So inhale, cow pose. Drop your belly, lift your tailbone, gaze up, lift your chest. Exhale, cat pose. Press the mat away with your palms. Send your spine towards the ceiling and your navel towards your spine. Inhale, cow pose. Lift your tailbone, drop your belly, lift your head, lift your chest. Ground down through your palms and all of your fingertips. Exhale, cat pose. Again, press the mat away as you send your spine towards the ceiling. Forehead towards your tailbone. Inhale, cow pose. Drop your belly, lift your tailbone, gaze up. Exhale, cat pose. Press the mat away. Send your spine toward the sky, the ceiling. Let's find tabletop pose, neutral spine. So from here, let's take a few rounds of your own movement. So you can take head and tailbone circles if that feels good to you. You can take waves in your spine. You can take a child's pose, warming up your vertebrae, your shoulder blades. Take any movement that feels good for you. And if at any point this is uncomfortable on your knees, you're welcome to place a blanket underneath your knees or towels. We'll be moving in and out of some postures, so you can keep a blanket nearby to protect your knees if you'd like. Let's find stillness, neutral tabletop pose. We're going to take extended child's pose if you're not there already. So bring your knees spread your knees as wide as the mat. Bring your toes all the way together to touch. Send your tailbone towards your heels. Walk your fingertips far away from you. Rest your forehead down towards the mat. Allow your belly to hang a little bit looser here. So if at any point in practice you need to take a break or a rest, you're more than welcome to come back here to extended child's pose. Keep watching your breath, find length in your spine. Tabletop pose, neutral spine is where we're headed next. Shift your weight forward, stack your shoulders over your wrists. Let's walk your hands up and over to the top right-hand corner of the mat. We're going to take a gentle side body stretch here. Again, send your tailbone, your hips towards your heels. Send your fingertips away from you. Side body stretch here. Tabletop pose, come back to center. We'll take the other side right away. Walk your hands up and over to the top left-hand corner of your mat. Send your hips down and back towards your heels. Release your forehead towards the mat. It doesn't have to touch. Make this feel good in your body. Tabletop pose is where we're headed next. Neutral spine. So from here, we're going to make our way into downward facing dog. So you can get there in any way that suits you best, maybe stepping one foot then the other. You can tuck your toes under, send your hips high, send your heels down towards the mat. So first down dog, bend your knees as much as feels good in your body. Think of pressing into all of your fingertips as you spread your fingers really, really wide. So really protect your wrist there by pressing into all of your fingertips, your entire hand. Think of it like your foot. Spin your armpits towards your face to widen your upper back. Draw your belly button in towards your spine. Lift up in your pelvic floor. Melt your chest towards your thighs. You're welcome to continue to straighten your knees if that feels okay in your body. Otherwise, keep your knees bent. Do what works for you. Inhale, look to your hands. Exhale, slowly, slowly, slowly walk towards your hands, taking baby steps all the way to the top of your mat. Feet will be hip width distance apart. Hip width distance is about 2 fists width distance. You can measure it if you'd like. So again, bend your knees as much as you need here. Interlace your hands above your head if that feels okay for you. You can find movement or stillness. Shake your head no, nod your head yes. Do what works for you. Switch out the grip in your arms, opposite arm on top. Return your palms to the mat if you're not there already. So option to keep your feet here at hip width distance apart, or toe heel your feet all the way together to touch if you'd like. It is your choice. So bend your knees a lot and slowly roll up one vertebra at a time. Your head will be last to arrive. Really take your time here. When you reach the top, spread your toes really wide and plant your feet firmly down into the mat. Inhale, reach your arms high for Tadasana. Hold here, keep breathing. So as you press your feet down into the mat, send your tailbone towards your heels, lift up in your pelvic floor. Send your lower belly in towards your spine. Draw your shoulders away from your ears as you reach your fingertips away from your shoulders. Keep breathing here. Active posture, engage your quadriceps. Take an inhale. Exhale, Samasthiti. Keep the posture, except join your palms together at heart center. Close your eyes if that feels okay for you today. Bring your awareness to your spine. Draw your shoulders away from your ears as you lengthen and find space between each of your vertebrae. Keep breathing here. Deep inhale. Deep exhale. Again, inhale. Exhale. Gently open your eyes if they are closed. Inhale, Tadasana, mountain pose. Root down, reach your arms high overhead. Exhale, we'll take a chair pose right away. So bend your knees a lot. Send your tailbone down and back. Hold here, keep breathing. So as if you're really trying to sit back down in a chair, option to bring your hands together at heart center, you can choose. Gaze down at your feet. See if you cannot see your toes, send your hips just a little bit further back. Keep breathing here. Find length in your spine and support your lower back by engaging your abdominal muscles. Lift up in your pelvic floor, very active posture. Inhale, Tadasana, reach both arms high, straighten your knees. Exhale, Samasthiti, join your palms together at heart center. You can close your eyes. We'll be here for 2 breaths. Inhale. Exhale. Again, inhale. Exhale. Inhale, Tadasana. Gently open your eyes, reach your arms high. Exhale, forward fold. Bend your knees as you bow forward. Send the crown of your head down towards the mat. Inhale, halfway lift. Find length in your spine. You can bring your hands to your shins or your thighs. Keep breathing here. Take another inhale. Think of a long line for your tailbone all the way up to the crown of your head. exhale, we're gonna step right back to downward facing dog. So plant your palms, send your feet way behind you. Again, your feet should be about hip width distance apart. They can be a little bit wider. Press into all of your fingertips. Bend your knees as much as you need. Engage your abdominals to help support your lower back. Inhale, look to your hands. Exhale, step your right foot in between your hands. So you can use one of your hands to help you bring your foot forward. And we're gonna come down to your back knee right away. Bring your palms to your front thigh and gently begin to lift your chest. So your back toes can be tucked or untucked. Again, this is a good opportunity to place something underneath your knee for a little extra cushion. It could be your folded up mat, a towel, a blanket. You can choose here. So hands can stay here on your front thigh or reach your fingertips high overhead. It is completely your choice. Wherever you choose to be, think of stamping your front foot down into the mat to make this posture more active. Spread your toes really wide. Again, lift up in your pelvic floor, engage your lower belly. Take another inhale here. Exhale, plant your palms. We're gonna take a half splits pose, or you can come to your fingertips, however you prefer. Shift your hips back, flex your front foot. Keep your front knee bent as much as feels good in your body. Breathe into this posture, working towards sensation but not pain. Again, scan your body for tension in unnecessary places. Your jaw, your throat. And allow yourself, give yourself permission to let go. Let's shift your weight forward. We'll come into low lunge, shift, or curl your back toes under, lift your back knee, downward facing dog. Also option to come down to your knees into tabletop. Make your way. Do what feels good in your body. Inhale, look to your hands. Exhale, step your left foot forward in between your hands for a low lunge. You can use your hand to help get you there. Come down to your back knee. We're taking the other side. So find your version here, whether your toes are tucked or untucked, whatever you did on the other side. Option two, again, take your mat underneath your knee, towel or blanket. If you brought your arms overhead on the other side, you can do so on this side as well. Take your version, take your variation. Stamp your front foot down into the mat for a gentle engagement in your front leg. Lift up in your pelvic floor. Lengthen your spine. Keep your awareness on your breath. Again, imagine your tailbone rooting down towards the earth. Take another inhale here. Exhale, moving into half splits pose. So bring your palms down to the mat and shift your hips back, flex your front foot, bend your front knee as much as feels good to you. Scan your body for tension in your neck and your shoulders. Low lunge is where we're headed next. So shift your weight forward, bend your front knee, plant your palms, curl your back toes under, lift your back knee, downward facing dog like you did on the other side. Otherwise, option to come into a tabletop pose. We're coming into downward facing dog. Make your way, make your version and your variation. This practice is for you. Again, feel free to come into child's pose whenever you need. Inhale, look to your hands. Exhale, walk to the top of your mat. Bring your feet in between your hands. Again, your feet can be all the way together to touch if that feels good for you. Or your feet can be hip width distance apart. So again, hip width distance would be about 2 fist width distance. So make your choice, your version, your variation. So from here, we're going to go into chair pose. So bend your knees a lot, send your tailbone way down and back, lift your chest. Your hands can come to heart center or reach high overhead. Take another inhale here. And an exhale. Listen, inhale Tadasana, lengthen your knees. Exhale, Samasthiti, hands at heart center. Just a moment here, take one breath. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale to Tadasana Mountain Pose. Reach both arms high overhead. Root down through your feet. Now listen, shift your weight into your right foot. Hover your left heel off the mat. We're going to move into Warrior One. So bending your right knee, your standing leg. Step mindfully back with your left foot. So this stance can be short. It does not need to be long. You can take it longer if it's accessible in your body. So let's set this up. So Warrior One, about heel to heel alignment is a starting point. It does not need to be there. So each foot can have its own lane as well, so you can, or even wider. So you can toe heel your front foot, which would be your right foot, to the top right hand corner of your mat to make this wider. Think of squaring your hips by sending your left hip forward and your right hip back. Spin your back heel down towards the mat. Again, square your hips. So send your left hip forward and your left heel, your back heel away from your hip. Really long back leg. You're going to feel a stretch in the front of your hip here. Strong standing front leg. Think of rooting down. So option to keep your hands here on your hips, or option to reach your arms high overhead. Think of sending your fingertips away from your shoulders as you draw your shoulders away and down from your ears. Release tension from your jaw. Lift up in your pelvic floor. Bring your attention to your breath, lengthening your spine, engaging your belly muscles. Take another inhale here. Listen, exhale, interlace your hands behind your back. Option to bring your hands to your hips. Take what variation works for you. You can also grab a towel or a blanket in between your hands, or a yoga strap if you have one as well. So inhale to lift your chest towards the ceiling. Gaze up, chest expansion. Keep squaring your hips. Keep breathing. Lift up in your pelvic floor, root down through your feet, all the way down. Lifting up through the crown of your head. Take another inhale. Listen, exhale, humble warrior. So option to stay here or return to Warrior One where we were before. Option to take humble warrior by sending your chest on the inside of your front leg. Allow your chest to hang heavy. Lift your knuckles up towards the ceiling as much as they will go. Gentle stretch here. Being mindful that this feels therapeutic in your body. There can be effort, but no pain. Please keep breathing. Slowly, mindfully lift your chest. Reach your arms high overhead. Take another inhale. Exhale, Warrior Two. So readjust your feet by maybe bringing them a little bit wider than they were before. So in Warrior Two, we can have a heel to arch alignment as the starting point. Again, it can be a little bit wider if that feels better in your body. Working towards a 90-degree bend in your front knee. It does not need to be there. Just be mindful that your knee doesn't go beyond a 90-degree bend. Step your shoulders over your hips. Reach your arms wide. Gaze over your front hand, which is over the right hand. Continue breathing here. Actively engage your inner thighs towards one another. Think of sending your back heel down into the mat. Draw your shoulders away from your ears. Lift up in your pelvic floor. Really root down through your feet. Grow taller through your spine. Maybe if you would like, you can bend just slightly deeper into your front leg. Inhale, reverse warrior. So keep this stance with your legs. Keep this bend in your front knee. Reach your right arm high. Little to no weight in your back hand. Find length with your chest towards your top hand. Take another inhale here. Listen, exhale, we're moving into low lunge, big movement. Be mindful, take your time. Bring both palms down to the mat. Take another inhale. Exhale, downward facing dog. Listen, inhale to high plank pose. Shift your weight forward, stack your shoulders over your wrists. Always welcome to come down to your knees here. Take another inhale here. Listen, exhale, everyone drop your knees if you're not there already. Extended child's pose. Bring your big toes together, spread your knees wide. Keep breathing here. Reconnect. On your next inhale, we'll make our way to tabletop pose. Exhale, make your way to downward facing dog. Maybe step up one foot, then the other. Maybe curl your toes under and send your hips high. Again, spin your shoulders in towards your ears, towards your head. Inhale, look to your hands. Exhale, slowly walk to the top of your mat. Feet can come all the way together or be hip-width distance apart. Chair pose, you've been here before. Bend your knees a lot. Lift your chest, reach your arms high overhead, or maybe hands at heart center. Completely your choice. Draw your shoulders away from your ears. Inhale, Tadasana, mountain pose. Reach both arms high. Exhale, Samasthiti, hands at heart center. Inhale. Exhale, really ground down through your feet. Inhale, Tadasana, reach both arms high. Exhale, moving into warrior one on the other side. So shift your weight into your left foot, hover your right heel off the mat. Bend your left knee, mindfully step back with your right foot. Find your stance. So you've been here before. Option to bring your hands to your hips while you set this up, or keep your arms high overhead. Whatever feels good to you today. So finding your stance, maybe keeping it a little bit shorter today, maybe a little bit longer or wider. Find a place that feels good and comfortable in your hips. Everybody's anatomy is a little bit different. So send your right hip forward and your left hip back. We're working towards squaring the hips to the front of the mat. They don't need to be square. It's just a direction, the action that matters. If your arms are up, lengthen your fingertips away from your shoulders. Engage your belly to help lengthen your spine. Take an inhale here. Exhale, interlace your hands behind your back. Again, take a different arm variation, maybe hands at your hips if that serves you better, or take a strap or a towel in between your hands. Inhale, lift your chest, gaze up. Chest expansion in your warrior one. Keep squaring your hips, sending your right hip forward and your left hip back as you spin your back heel down towards the mat. Keep lifting your chest by lengthening your spine. Engage your abdominal muscles. Keep breathing. Find calm in this strong posture. Take another inhale. Exhale, humble warrior if you did so on the other side, and if it suits you today, your choice, your practice. Make space for your torso on the inside of your front leg. Keep squaring your hips by sending your left hip back, your right hip forward. Send your knuckles towards the ceiling. Engage your belly to help support you in this posture. Release tension from your neck. Slowly, mindfully lift your chest. Inhale, warrior one. Unlace your fingers. Reach your fingertips high. Exhale, warrior two. Readjust your feet as needed. So maybe narrow this stance a little bit. Heel to arch alignment is, again, a reference point, but it is not necessary. It's not required. Step your shoulders over your hips. Reach your arms wide, gaze over your front fingertips. Spread your front toes really, really wide. Press down into the mat. Think of engaging your inner thighs towards one another to make this posture even more active. Think of sending your tailbone down towards the mat. Find length in your spine. Keep breathing here. Inhale, reverse warrior. Lift your left arm high. Little to no weight in your back hand. Lift your chest towards your top hand. Keep the deep bend in your front knee. Keep breathing. Find length in your spine. Take another inhale. Exhale, low lunge. So big movement, circle your palms down to the mat. Moving into downward facing dog. Option to come down to tabletop pose first. Sending your left foot back to meet your right. Take an inhale here. And an exhale. Inhale to high plank pose. Stack your shoulders over your wrists. Option to come down to your knees. Option to be in tabletop as well. This is also core strengthening. So find which version works for you. Take a few breaths here. Just one more, inhale. Listen, exhale, come down to your knees if you haven't done so already. Exhale, child's pose, spread your knees wide. Send your hips towards your heels, rest your forehead. Keep your awareness on your breath. As other thoughts come up, allow them to just pass away, pass by. Make your way to tabletop pose. We'll meet again in downward facing dog. Inhale, look to your hands. Exhale, slowly walk to the top of your mat. Bend your knees a lot. And slowly roll up one vertebrae at a time. Your head will be the last to arrive. So you can stay where you are. I'm just going to turn to face you. So again, options. You can start with your feet hip width distance apart if that feels good for you, as always. So that's always an option for you. If you're wherever you are, shift your weight into your left foot. We're going to take a couple balancing postures here. We'll take a tree pose first. So spin your right knee out towards the side of your mat. So option to stay here with your toes kickstand on the mat and join your palms together at heart center. This is tree pose. Option to bring the sole of your foot to the inside of your calf, the inside of your shin. If this feels good for you too, option to bring your foot to your inner thigh. So whatever feels good for you, find your posture. Think of sending your tailbone down towards your heel. Think of rooting down through your foot. Again, if you'd like to imagine roots growing down into the floor to help you find balance, think you're growing tall away from this rooting action in your leg. Find your breath here. Find stillness in this balance, stillness in this uncertainty. Take another inhale. Exhale, join your right foot down to meet your left. Let's take it on the other side, tree pose. So shift your weight into your right foot, spin your left knee out toward the side of your mat, palms together at heart center. So take the same variation you took on the other side, go ahead and move right in. Maybe foot to your inner calf, maybe foot to your inner thigh. Send your tailbone towards your heel. Root down through your feet, grow tall away from your standing leg. Draw your shoulders away from your ears. Check in with your chin. Maybe you need to nod your chin gently forward, or maybe the opposite. Take another inhale here. Exhale, join your left foot down to meet your right. So we're going to take a chair pose, or rather prayer twist from chair pose. So you have two options here for your feet. Again, they can be hip width distance apart. So we'll all start cueing through this one, and I'll give you the option for the next posture. So join your palms together, or the other variation rather. Join your palms together at heart center. I'm going to gently twist your chest towards the right. Bring your left elbow to the inside of your left knee. Every inhale, you lengthen your spine. Every exhale, send your chest gently millimeters closer towards your hands. So the other variation would be feet together and your left elbow outside of your right knee. Wherever you are, keep finding length in your spine. Every inhale, you lengthen. Every exhale, you twist. Gently make your way back to center. We'll take the other side right away. Every inhale, you lengthen. Every exhale, you twist. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Gently come back to center. Let's straighten your knees. I'll come meet you back where in the rightly facing direction. Inhale, Tadasana, reach both arms high. Exhale, forward fold. Send the crown of your head down towards the mat. Bend your knees a lot on the way down. Inhale, halfway lift. Listen, exhale, stepping to downward facing dog. So bend your knees a lot. Send your feet way behind you, send your hips high. Take an inhale here, and then exhale. Gently make your way down to your knees. Let's take your hips towards your heels. Lengthen your spine long. Close your eyes. If this isn't comfortable for you, you can sit off to one side. Find a seated position. So however you are, rest your palms in your lap. Eyes closed, lengthen your spine. Just take an inhale. And then exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Gently open your eyes, sit off to one side. Let's scoot your way slightly forward if you're towards the back of your mat. We'll meet all the way lying on our backs. So plant your feet firmly down onto the mat, hip width distance apart, arms by your sides, palms face down. Take an inhale to lengthen your spine here. Exhale, bridge pose. Slowly, mindfully peel your hips and your vertebrae, one vertebrae at a time, off the mat towards the ceiling, pressing the mat away with your feet, engaging your inner thighs to help keep your knees in line with your hip joints. Press your feet down into the mat. Keep breathing here. Take an inhale. Exhale, slowly lower down one vertebrae at a time. So we'll take Supta Baddha Konasana next, which is bound angle pose. So bring the soles of your feet together to touch and allow your knees to open wide. It can feel nice here to bring pillows underneath your knees. Bring your hands to your belly, to your heart, maybe arms by your side. You get to choose. Close your eyes if that feels natural to you. Allow yourself to take a few deep belly breaths here. And let's rejoin our feet to the mat. Bring your knees back to center in line with your hips. We'll take a hip stretch here, or supine half pigeon. So send your right heel towards the sky and cross your right ankle over your left thigh. So option to stay here if this feels good, if it feels a gentle stretch in your hip. Again, working towards sensation, never pain. If it feels okay in your body, you can bring the entire structure of your legs towards your chest. Send your right arm through the triangle that your legs create. Maybe grabbing behind your thigh, if that feels good, to help stabilize this posture. Flex your front foot, or your right foot, to help protect your knee here. And mindfully release. Let's take the other side right away. Send your left heel towards the sky and cross your left ankle over your right quadricep, your right thigh. Take whatever variation or whichever variation feels good for you. Option to bring the entire structure of your legs towards your chest. Flex your left foot. Gently release. Let's send your left leg long and bring your right knee in towards your chest. So option to stay here, or maybe start to lengthen your right leg, grasping anywhere on your leg that is accessible to you. Perhaps grabbing a strap or a towel and grabbing the towel. So whatever feels good for you. Gentle hamstring stretch. Rebend your right knee. You can move the prop to the side if you used one there. Take an inhale. Exhale, moving into a supine twist. Just guide your knee towards the left side of your body. Allow gravity to take over here. You can gaze up at the ceiling or over to the right. Make it feel good in your back. Careful not to press your knee down with your hands, so really allow gravity to do all of the work here. Being mindful of your lower back, your spine. Gently come back to center. We'll take the other side. So send your right knee long, hug your left knee into your chest. You're welcome to stay here. If you'd like to take a hamstring stretch, slowly lengthen your left knee, taking whichever variation works for you. You can flex your foot or point it, it's up to you. Walking your hands wherever is accessible on your body, or maybe taking a prop to help you. Rebend your left knee. Hug your left knee into your chest. Take an inhale. Exhale, supine twist. Guide your knee to the right side of your body. Gently guide your knee back to center. Hug both knees into your chest. If you need to take any last postures before we go into Shavasana, you can take them now, maybe legs up the wall pose. Anything, happy baby. However, if you're ready, we'll get settled into Shavasana. So take up a lot of space on your mat. You're welcome to get some warmer clothes on. Sweatshirt, a blanket, some socks. And then get settled in. Allow your palms to face the ceiling. Allow your breath to return to its normal rhythm. And allow yourself to let go. Let go of the practice we just had. Let go of the need to move. Let go of tension throughout your body. Let go of tension in your chest, in your hips. Scan your entire body. Sense as if your entire body can melt into the floor. Sense how your body can simply melt into the space around you by letting go. Melt your thoughts. And we'll stay here in silence for a short while. You're welcome to stay here in Shavasana for as long as you need, as long as you like. But if you're ready to be guided out, begin by deepening your breath. Find deep breaths all the way into your belly. And then find gentle movement, starting from your fingertips and your toes, and inviting your joints to also find a little bit of movement. Roll over to either side for fetal position. You can keep your eyes closed if that feels okay for you, or if you choose to have your eyes open, allow your gaze to be soft. Press yourself up to a seat. So again, find a comfortable seat as we did at the beginning of class. And so you're welcome to bring pillows, blocks, blankets, whichever props you need, a chair. And close your eyes. Again, connect to your tailbone, rooting down through the floor, your legs rooting down into the floor as you grow taller. Notice and give yourself to be still. Allow yourself to be still amongst chaos. We'll take one unified breath. Exhale all of the air from your lungs. Take a deep inhale through your nose. Open mouth, exhale, let it go. Join your palms together at heart center. Bow your chin forward. Namaste.